What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hammerdown Motorsports. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Steve Fast, and today we are in the 2017 Yukon XL Denali. Now, we have done a couple of things to this vehicle in the past. We put the Cold Air Inductions intake on it, which really opened up the throttle, and we put on the Corsa Sport, which, in my opinion, after having the Borla Attack, just seems quiet. And it used to be like the loudest thing ever, but Borla Attack, you don't just hear it, you feel it. And that's kind of the big difference. I mean, for me, it can't be too loud, so maybe that's not for everybody, but the Corsa Sport definitely does sound good. It's just surprising how quiet it sounds next to the Borla. But we have had this vehicle for a little over 2 years now, and we've got a massive 13,098 miles on it, so it doesn't get a whole lot of mileage, but it has been very fun to drive around and haul the family on vacations and all that kind of thing. But there is something a little bit missing. We do have that big 6.2 liter, and we do have the nice sounding exhaust. We do have the nice sounding air intake, but there is something missing about this vehicle. Now, when you get into the throttle, I mean, it's pretty subdued. It's not really aggressive when you get into it. There is actually a spot on the throttle when you hit full wide open throttle. You almost feel like you hit like an extra button at the end. And those of you guys who have these will know what I mean. That's kind of where it really opens up. Like, it's a big difference between just before it and when you hit that point. And then you hear the engine rev up and you get that full 6.2 liter under your foot, and it's absolutely amazing. But our good friends over at JMS Chip have hooked us up with their PedalMax system, and that's gonna allow us to control our throttle, give it a little bit more sensitivity down low, and really wake this thing up. All right, we're gonna slow down here, give you guys kind of what it's like to get on the throttle completely stock. So this is about a quarter throttle, very subdued. Now let's mash it. I mean, that's right to the floor. And it definitely did take a while for it to all kind of come together and to get that really nice V8 sound out of it, but it could definitely use some work. So we're gonna go back to the shop, we're gonna install the PedalMax, and we're gonna see what the difference is. All right, so we have our JMS PedalMax here unboxed, and what you're gonna get in the kit is we have our PedalMax module right here, and this just piggybacks onto your factory harness. So basically what you do is you unplug your throttle pedal in your vehicle, you plug your throttle pedal into this harness, and then the factory wiring will go into the other side, and then you have your module connected. You're just gonna put this up out of the way, and then over here we have our control knob, and it does actually have a disconnect here if you want to route your wires through your dash or something like that, but then you can mount this knob wherever you want, and you just control the sensitivity of your throttle just by turning this up or down. And also here in the kit, you do get a 12-volt power source, which is not necessary for the operation of the PedalMax. This is merely for diagnostic purposes and to light up the LEDs on the module. On all the ones that I've done so far, I haven't used this. It's not really necessary, but it is an option there if you want to put it in. And over here, they do give you a desensitizing plug, just in case you want to borrow your Yukon to grandma and you don't want her to swallow her dentures. You can unplug the control knob, put this desensitizing plug in its place, and it will limit the module to 60%. But although nice to have if you do have younger drivers, or like I said, if grandma wants to borrow the vehicle, we're not going to need this for today. All right, so first thing you're going to want to do is go under the dash of the vehicle. You can see your throttle pedal right here, and then you can see the little plug that goes into it. You're gonna wanna locate that. All right, you can see we do have the gray part pulled back. All you gotta do is take a little screwdriver, just kind of move it towards you slightly, and then you can push on the black part of the connector and it will release. And then you take your PedalMax harness. You can see that this part of the harness is actually the exact same as the plug we just removed from our throttle pedal. Then you're gonna plug this part into the throttle pedal and then take the other side and hook it up to the factory connector. And then when you got those connected, it'll look just like this. So now we're gonna take our provided zip ties from the kit and we're gonna tie up all our wiring, tie up our module, and find a place for our control knob. And about 5 minutes later, there it is, everybody. What I did for the control knob, I actually kind of clearanced this out a little bit so it would fit underneath the screw, because if I put the screw through the hole, it was just a little bit, the head was too big and it didn't want to sit flat. So what I did is just cut out the little bit of the side there where the screw goes in, slid it underneath the screw, tightened it up. It's a 3/32 Allen, and this is a factory location. And then you can see our wiring going back in here. Everything is nice and tight, up out of the way, zip tied out of the way. Our connectors are tied together, and the module will actually fit over here behind this plastic panel. I just kind of stuffed it in behind there, and it's nice and out of the way. And that's all there is to our installation. But with that being said, you can see there is a little bit of dirt on the Denali. This is not usually the way that this vehicle is. Usually we have it nicely cleaned up at all times. So I think we're gonna head over to the car wash, and that's gonna give us a good opportunity to test this thing out. All right, we are at our first stop sign. Let's turn it up about 25%. Whoa. That is a night and day difference. Let me tell you, like, I already know what to expect pretty much from this system. I put one on my Ram and it definitely woke it up. This is only at 25%, and this truck is a complete slouch in the mid-range, in the low range, mid-range, until you hit that little spot, like I said, on the throttle. And yeah, this definitely made a 100% difference on this truck. Like, that's only 25%. Let's turn it up a little bit more and have a little bit more fun with it. We got a Viper behind us. Let's turn it up to like, let's turn it up to 100, why not? I just barely tapped the throttle. It's like, whoa! White Viper, see if he wants to play. All the way to the speed limit, that is. That guy must live close to where I do, because I see that car go by quite often. Very nice. I think that's probably one of the last models that they made. Alright. We've got minivans and slow Volkswagens, and he's going for it. He's going for it. Woo! Just giving her the beans now. Woo! And that Viper is gone. Like, he is gone. But we're in a Yukon. And it is a whole lot of fun. Like, who can say they had that much fun in their family car? I mean, this thing, PedalMax, definitely a must have. And I think the Viper might be in Delaware by now. Maybe we should get a Viper. All right, so now we'll turn it back down to 25%. That's pretty much where I leave it on my Ram, and I think for the wife driving this vehicle, it should be nice and easy for her to use as well. You're not worried about spinning the tires off or anything like that. It's just, you're not having to push the throttle down as much when you want that power, and it's super easy to get used to. So just a little bit about how the JMS PedalMax actually works. It just opens your throttle quicker than what the factory will allow. So I mean, it's basically like an amplifier. If you step on the throttle, it's going to give you more than what you would have normally got by just having your regular throttle pedal. So now it's sending a signal directly to your throttle body, telling it to open quicker, and actually 7 degrees more than stock. So they can't rob you from the power that your engine already has. It doesn't add any horsepower, but it just gives you that throttle response that everybody wants, and it's just an amazing thing. So here we are at the car wash. Let's get the Denali looking classy again. So in line here we have a Chevy SS, and his license plate says "so sorry." Well, I don't know. With the PedalMax on, I wonder who would be sorry. So now we are sitting at a light and I'm waiting for it to turn green so that we can go. So we do the lights. Woo! Gotta love that when you get it before half throttle and it goes to like 5,500 RPM. But it doesn't do it like right away. Like as soon as you get into it and knows you want to get into it, it gives you the beans. But it's not like jumpy or anything weird or anything like that. Like if I just give it a tiny little bit of throttle, it's very subdued, just like it normally would have been. But if I give it that a little bit more in a ramp, like if I just, you know, it knows that I want it, it gives it to you right away. And that is a very fun feeling. So if you're looking for a mod that will definitely put a smile on your face, especially for your family vehicle like the Yukon XL
or any vehicle for that matter. I have one on my Camaro, I have one on the Ram, I have one now on the Yukon, and we are going to be putting some more on some of the other vehicles over at the compound, so definitely stay tuned for those videos as well. We'll be giving you my reaction on how all that turns out and how fun these things really are when you can just get rid of that lag that everybody hates with this drive-by-wire setup. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I will have JMS chips information in the description, so definitely check them out as well. And as always, keep that hammer down.